Welcome back. Welcome to Can't Catch a Break. I am DJ and Dr. Shar. We want to thank you for coming on Can't Catch a Break. We want to thank you for taking out your busy schedules to listen to Can't Catch a Break. We really appreciate you, and we thank you. If you like to poll us, you can POLL poll us, or if you like to subscribe, you can hit the button, or if you like to interact or monetize, you also can hit the button. We just thank you all, family and friends, and those that's on right now us listening. We really appreciate you. If you have any feedback, comments, any suggestions, let us know. Tell us what you think, okay? All right, well, thank you. And on today's episode, I want to talk about an episode really is dealing with our youth of today and the youth of society today. And I have a question. I want to ask, what ways can we help improve young people's life chances? What ways can we help improve young people's life chances? And I have Dr. Shar here with me. I here to talk on this. And one of the things it dawned on me what I read on is about mentoring a young person. Mentoring. How do we mentor, Mr. Dr. Shar? How do we mentor?
How do we mentor?
Mm-hmm.
Well, basically, mentoring. First, I think we need to define mentor.
Mentors is actually what transforming a young person's life by helping them and doing showing love and care, being there by their side when they're needing help in education, in that field of study, going to school. We need to be there, mentoring them, encouraging them, motivating them, and pushing them to do their best.
All right. Well, mentoring is a common word that's being thrown around in the past decade, at least. I've heard a lot of people talk about mentors, and I've seen a lot of organizations starting mentorship programs.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is that I'm not sure if these programs are really, really helping.
Oh, they're not?
Well, I'm just saying, I'm just giving my assessment. Mentorship is good and it can be good. Being there to support a young person, which is defined between the ages of 10 and 24. So being there to support them is needful. It really is. And it should not be something that that you just do to pass time, in my opinion. A lot of people they say they are a mentor. Basically what they do is they can't kind of connect with a young person, maybe at school. Most of the time that's where they connect with them, and they take them out on outings, and they try to form a relationship with them. They try to communicate with them and create an atmosphere where they can trust them. And the purpose is so that they can at some point share their true feelings, share their heart, share what's going on in their lives with them. If you're not able to get that young person to open up with you, then chances are not a whole lot is going to be accomplished. And I think that's where the problem is. Young people have a hard time trusting.
They have a hard time.
This generation does. They have a lot of hard time trusting.
Mm-hmm.
And because they have a hard time trusting, you might connect them with someone, and then they don't actually open up. Sometimes though, and sometimes they will but it's under certain circumstances. It's in certain cases. I think young people have the tendency to open up with someone that's similar to them, like peer-to-peer mentorship. So in that type of relationship, I think that you have a better chance of getting them to open up and to express what's going on in their lives, or you have a better chance of getting them to trust you.
And I want to say this: should we tutor them? Should we be their tutor? Should we go to their schools? Should we make volunteer our time to go and help? Should we go out as a mentor to go out and reach the youth? Should we be busy doing that?
Well, there are a lot of things we could do besides mentoring. Yeah, tutoring can be part of your meeting time with that young person. You're gonna say, okay, we're gonna meet. I'm your mentor, but let's see, you need some help in this area, so I'm gonna tutor you in this subject, or tutor you in that subject. So tutoring is, of course, that's always a type of activity that you could do with them, tutoring. So, but it all depends on what the reason why you're there to support them. There are a lot of different types of mentorships. Mentor. There are a life mentor. There is a peer-to-peer mentorship. There's
career mentors.
And
there's reverse career mentors.
Let me just digress a little bit. Reverse career mentorships, I've seen a lot of that. Basically, that's when like a young person is kind of helping an older person.
Yes.
In their digital world. Basically, they show them how to operate their cell phone, or they show them how to navigate in the database, on the computer, on their iPad. So yeah, that's definitely a situation where the person is probably, the mentor is much younger than the mentee. Okay, but mentorship is if it's used correctly, it should help our young people. But the issue that I'm seeing is that we got a whole lot of programs out there that says, I'm here to mentor, we're here to mentor, but there's not a whole lot of outcome. There's no longevity. There's no long-term outcome. Because basically, you can get together, we're going to mentor you this week, and then the next week we're going to mentor you, we're going to connect, and we build this bond, this relationship. But what happens, 10 months down the line, or a year down the line, do you guys still connect? Do you guys still have this relationship built? And that's what I'm seeing the lack of.
Okay. And so can anyone be a mentor?
Well, basically, yeah. Basically, based on what a mentor, how we define a mentor, yeah, anyone could be a mentor.
Okay.
The issue is that you got to understand what the mentee is looking for. So what the mentee is needing, then that's how you connect them with the mentor, who can give them the advice, or who can give them wisdom, or who can help them navigate and overcome some obstacles that they're facing in whatever that they're seeking after.
Okay, and so like, the thing is that you should have some qualities of a mentor. Like, you should be experienced, right? Have knowledge, and you should be able to communicate.
Yes, sir.
And you should be patient.
Yeah.
And you should be open-minded and empathetic and honest. So we should have those as because you're going to deal with kids, disadvantaged kids, that have behavioral problems. You're going to have something at a disadvantage, and you can come in and help out because of what you experienced in. And that that's something you need to do.
Well, yeah, and I think that a lot of people, just because you're at a disadvantage doesn't necessarily mean that you might have behavior problems.
Yes,
there are those that are financially doing well, and the children go to private schools, and they even go to nice, prestigious colleges, and they still have behavior issues, more so than others, more so than what you call the disadvantaged or the underprivileged. It's just that when they run into their problems, their family members have the funds and the finance to help them get out of it. So that's just how I see that. So, but it is wonderful that if we can find mentors that can be there to help those at a disadvantage. That's perfect. Back in our day, basically, we didn't use the term mentorship in our days, really. And when I say our days, I mean in the 1970s, early 80s. I very seldom heard people say mentors. But what we did back then spoke louder than the term itself. I mean, we had a great support group. And in schools, they did have a lot of tutoring programs. And so if you need help in tutoring, basically you need help in a certain subject, you got someone to tutor you, and it could be someone in the library. But they were there to help you in a difficult subject. Now, but mentorship, we didn't hear a whole lot about mentorship during my time. Because of the community that I was a part of, which is a part of a church, I mean, even those people there, we didn't consider them as mentors. So we had a lot of peer-to-peer relationships. And I think that we look to each other for support. Oftentimes, in having forming a relationship, you see someone that's a little bit more knowledgeable and it seems to be a little bit more wise and can give good advice. So you might gravitate to them for some answers or some solutions or some of your issues. But they were not called mentors. It's just part of our support group. But I think the church could be a great source for you to help you get through your life issues. Who can even help you navigate through college, and to help you navigate in your relationship with your family, your parents, and to mentors is needed. In a religious field, it's nice to have somebody to mentor you based on their experience, based on their knowledge, based on their wisdom, based on their ability to be open-minded. I think open-minded is key. You have to get somebody who you can open up to, and who won't frown on your past. Or sometimes it's not just the past. Sometimes you're still walking through whatever you're going through. You still have not overcame it. So, but you need somebody open-minded to help you in that transition. Sometimes it's hard to find. It's hard to find somebody that's open-minded these days.
Yes, and what you were talking about, and you're so right about that, because in today's society, you see where back in the 70s and growing up at those schools, the segregation and all that, you didn't disadvantage when it came to reading and writing. You couldn't, certain things you wasn't taught either, or history, if you said, back then, because of the segregation of schools. Remember that? I know, back in the 60s, and so there was a lot of people couldn't go far. Okay, but once again, you said there was no mentors. You didn't hear the word mentors.
Well, in my time, I did not hear that word thrown around, but I did see a lot of interaction and a lot of support being given to young people. Okay, so and I think that's what I saw most. I think that was partly because of the culture that was around, that we were in. I mean, I think Hillary Clinton came out with the term "it takes a village."
Yeah.
So those are words that people gravitated to. So people put those words into action. So we didn't call it mentorship during my time. I don't remember a whole lot of that term being used. But what we did know was that, different ones looked out for your child.
Yes.
And you might have someone talking to your child or giving your child some wise advice, or who may be reprimanding your child. So it was a community effort to support your child, to help your child be successful, help your child move to the next level of life. If they had some issues with their family, if they was going through tough times in the home, you will find someone, or someone will navigate, or someone will interact with that person, with that child, and kind of like take them under their wings. So people were more what's the word?
They were more empathy.
They were more empathy. They were empathy, but they had more. They was really concerned about young people. They was concerned about.
And that's what we should be concerned about now. In this time now, more young people, because of you see the failure, and what's happening right now with young people, the dropout rate, what we see right now. Another thing, what about a role model? We talk about, what about role model? Being a role model too, is that also inspired young people, don't it?
Well, young people will look for role models. Young people look for somebody who has surpassed and made it into this world, and pursue their ambitions or pursue their goals. And young people often look at television basically as role models, and that's sometimes what parents don't like or frowned upon, basically because sometimes those role models have a lot of flaws. So yeah, role models is key. Children need something to see. Young people need something to see.
They really do.
So if you don't show them something a little bit more moderate, or something a little bit more conservative, if they don't see that, and what they see is on television, and what they see is on the YouTube, on social media, they're gonna pattern their lives after them. For them, they become their role model.
So social media really is not really much helping when it comes to really being a role model and inspiring youth to move forward. The young people
in the wrong direction. I mean, it does inspire, but it inspires them to move forward, not in a direction that we would like for them to move into. But so what's the solution? I mean, so what's the solution to all this? In my opinion, the solution is that people need to take self-assessments. Those who want to be mentors to young people need to take a self-assessment. You need to take an inner look at themselves. Ask themselves, do they really have the children's heart and interest? Do they really have
young people
heart?
Young people's heart.
Do they really?
Are they really involved? Are they really getting involved with the young people? And that's what
Are they really taking an active interest in their lives? I mean, because a lot of times, people, it's good to say, "Oh, I'm their mentor," but I'm telling you something. If you can show me what the outcome of anything, if you didn't show me the outcome of anything, I don't understand then how you can actually be a mentor. Okay, I mean, if at the end of the day, if we are, I'm your mentor, and you have not grown, you have not opened up, then I'm not sure if I even help you reach your goal. Because one thing about it, I don't think you should be, if that mentor doesn't work out for you, if the mentee finds out, we're not connecting, I think that needs to be explained. The mentee needs to let the mentor know
All right.
what's, why it seems like they're not connecting and not making progress. The mentee needs to play an active role in the relationship, because it's not going to work if just the mentor is there and the mentor is trying to build a relationship and the mentee just not willing to open up. So if that mentee is not trusting that person, or just for whatever reason don't feel comfortable, then I think at some point you need to say, okay, well, rather than waste your time, and then I will step aside and perhaps refer you to someone else who can better be able to help you reach your goal. So
we're saying to all this that we have to be involved, get involved, right? That's the bottom line. Get involved, teach, right? Are you saying teaching?
No, what I'm saying is that don't do something for the sake of doing it. If you don't really want. If you don't, I mean, we want you to get involved. We want more and more people to get involved and become real, sincere mentors. But we don't want you to, just because you see that there is a lack. So I'm going to become a mentor, and then so something that you can put on your resume, or something that you can perhaps one day get paid for. I mean, it does you no good. It does that child no good. You're wasting that child's time. And also you could be setting up in that child's mind for the child to say, oh, well, I tried that. I did have a mentor. And what was the outcome? Oh, well, it was no outcome. We didn't accomplish anything. So we don't want to make that mentee feel like that there is really nobody out there. These programs that they have out here, these so-called mentors, they don't have the skills themselves, and they don't have the heart, and they don't have the patience to actually penetrate and build this relationship. So yeah, we want you to get involved. There's definitely a need for real mentors. It takes a real mentor, but it also takes a real mentee. That's a different subject on. Yes. A mentee has to want to be mentored. Okay. And they cannot be dragged in because of parents, or because the school says so, or because the pastor says so. They have to want to be mentored. They have to. Because if not, then you're wasting your time. Okay. And individuals' times are valuable.
Yes, they are. Very valuable. Yeah. So once again, we want to thank you all for listening to Catch a Break, and we want to hear from you. If you'd like to subscribe, you can. We would love to hear your opinion. We would love to hear your feedback. If you have any suggestions, you can comment. We would love to hear from you. And thank you, Dr. Shar. Again, welcome, thank you, Dr. Shar, for sharing knowledge, to helping others, helping people abroad. And once again, if you'd like to subscribe, please subscribe. We thank you. We're grateful that you're able to listen and come on out your busy schedule. Thank you again, and may you have a good day.